Hey y'all, happy Friday, TGIF. I talked to some of y'all this morning. We did our good morning session. I love our good mornings. It's always a pleasure when I get to talk to you. So I'm glad it's Friday. It's crown therapy time. Time for us to really sit down, take inventory, and do what we do best, which is, try to make sure we're healthy and doing what we're supposed to do for ourselves, even if sometimes that means getting some folks away from us, right? So we're going to do that today. We're going to talk about all that stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but hopefully it's all constructive and we can all grow from it, right? So first off, the housekeeping. Please, pretty please, y'all hit that like button. Y'all know it means a whole lot to me. I appreciate the like button. If I miss the mark and I don't bring the conversation like I'm supposed to, doing crown chatter, crown therapy, feel free to hit the unlike button. If you say you don't like it, that's cool. But let me know so I can, make sure that I'm going deep enough into the topics so we can have a good chat. But either way, like or dislike, it all adds to engagement, lets me know where I need to improve, where I need to pick up the pace, or where I may need to slow a couple things down, okay? So let me, first of all, after y'all hit the like button, those of you who are new or been here a while, please subscribe, click the notification bell, and hit all so that you'll get notifications when we go live. Those of you who are on text notification should have gotten your notification. And if you want to join text notification, my contact info is scrolling across the screen, and I don't want you to miss out on it. Okay, so hit me up if you need me to add you to our text notification list. Okay, so now let me do what I love to do, which is greet everybody in the room. And then we're going to get into our talk for today. Rara is here. Hello, beautiful. Hey, Wani. Velma Cook, how are you? My Christian Key is here. I'm so happy to see you. Let's see who else we got. We got Marva. Hey, Marva, how you doing this Friday? This is wonderful. Keisha E is here. My sis, MR Spiller, I love you so much. Egypt is in the building, one half of my archangels that keeps the chat safe so we can all talk and feel good while we're doing it without any yucky vibes. We don't want those. Auntie Eva, how you doing? Queena, how are you? I believe you're working, right? I think I figured out your schedule. Hey, Delicia S. Collins, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, Wonder Woman Marshall, how you doing? Good to see you. Yvette, it's always good to see you. Let's see who else is in here. Catherine Jerkins, I'm glad you made it. Leslie, how are you? Latavia is here, you all. The voice is here. Nakisha Hooks, how are you? You said you're a new cousin. Well, we're glad to have you, new cousin. Very glad to have you. You're highly welcome. Come back again and come often. Yeah, Thieves in the Temple. Thieves in the Temple. Y'all know how I get with these titles, right? Candace Lane, how are you? Good to see you. Miss Sparkle. Hey, girl. All right. Yes. Uh-oh. Egypt say it's going to be the tea presentation next week, so y'all stay tuned. You don't want to miss out on that. All right. Glam Mother, how you doing? She's coming in from Stockton, California. Jesse, how are you? Good to see you. You working, but you're listening. Hey, Doree, how are you? Happy to be happy. Our sister Carmen is in the building. HU Angel 1. Queen will say you off today, but you back tomorrow. Okay, I'm figuring it out. I am. Hey, Plum. All right. I hope she does. I've been trying to talk her into it. I told her we need some of that holistic stuff that she got, right? So listen, here is the thing. Y'all saw the title. You know what it is. Anybody who comes in after I've greeted everybody, y'all please consider it. If I miss you, if I don't catch you when you slip in the back door, forgive me. Charge it to my head and my eyes and not my heart, right? So real quick, them announcements. We still have the list over there for y'all to vote for movie night. I'm going to put the poll up today so y'all can vote for whatever show that you want me to watch that you know I would never, ever watch. And we'll do a watch party and we will discuss and dissect that show just like we did for P Valley. Even though it had a couple of touchy spots, y'all had me in there cringing and about to crawl underneath my bed. But it was pretty cool otherwise. Now, that's there. What else is coming up? Baby shower coming up. Invitations will be posted today before the end of today for the baby shower, along with the registries for Amazon and for Target. Okay, so that's exciting too. Now, we got to get into this talk. The only other thing coming up is cha. Okay, yeah, we do have to plan for that fall masquerade in lieu, that's in lieu of Devil Day because most of us don't celebrate that. And I think that's pretty much it for now. I may have one more thing I'm working on, but I don't want to put that out there until I have all of the kinks worked out. Okay? So let's get into these thieves in the temple. Okay? We got to talk about the thieves in the temple. Now, y'all, listen, there's many thieves out there. You got thieves. And some people, steal out of necessity. Some do it out of malice. Everybody got a reason for why they do what they do. But we're going to break into all that stuff and break it down. Jay Stokes, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And thank you for being the first person today to support this stream. I really appreciate it. And I love you for doing that. Okay? So there are many people who steal. Like I said, they all have a reason. Whether it's a good reason, bad reason. In my book, it's really never a good reason to steal anything. You have some people that do it unintentionally and whatnot. But we're gonna get into it and have one of our chats, one of our therapy sessions like we do, because we got to talk about how it affects us, how we can take charge of the situation, how we can make it better, how we can handle it in a way that's constructive, and also how we can protect our resources, energy, emotions, all that good stuff while we're doing it. Hey, Danielle Rice, good to see you. So, flat out, thieves, they can hide, y'all. Thieves are good at hiding. That's why they got cat burglars. They put on all black. And, okay, yeah, the baby shower is there. Don't worry about the deadlines for that part yet. I'm going to put the registry up and I'll put all the information there, okay? But I appreciate you checking on it. All right. So they can hide. They're good. Some thieves are very good at hiding. And like I said, they all have different reasons, and we got to look at the reasons, because even though I will be honest, I'm not much of a reasons person. And when I say that, I mean, if I do something, anybody does anything, I don't really get hung up on the reason you did it so much. I'm trying to learn to do that, because I can understand that people may have reasons that may be honorable to them, even though their behavior may be less than honorable, if that makes sense. Y'all, let me see bullseyes in the chat. Anything. Let me know that you're still here and I'm not just up here talking to myself, okay? So that's one thing, right? But while they're in hiding, we got to look at the type of thieves that we have to deal with, okay? Because they hide, and sometimes they can hide easily in your life, in your circle, your friend groups. They can hide in your family. They can hide in your churches. Honey, them thieves can be your next door neighbor. You understand what I'm saying? Like, thieves are good at hiding, and sometimes they hide in plain sight. Hey, Lady Linda Bird, I missed you. Okay? So we got to consider that. Now, you got two types of thieves that I'm going to talk about today. I ain't going to get into, hey, Roxanne. I'm not going to get into all the small particulars, but I want us to put them in two major groups so we can kind of deal with it constructively and kind of do things in a way that we can benefit from identifying them. Now, the first type of thief I want to talk about are the unintentional. And I know y'all might be like, okay, Nitra must be got back to smoking reefer, and I didn't go back to doing that stuff I did years ago. I promise you. And I know it sounds crazy to say somebody can steal unintentionally, right? But they can. And I'm explaining to you how it happens, right? Some don't intend to do it. They just have something missing in them. Okay? Sometimes people just have something missing. It's almost like somebody who's starving. If they're hungry enough and they pass a cart full of apples, it's not that I can say that their hand accidentally grabbed it, but it could be pure desperation. Can y'all understand that? Pure desperation that makes them reach out and grab an apple off the apple cart when they know they didn't pay for it. Excuse me. When they know they haven't paid for it, they know they shouldn't do it, but the hunger and the desperation can cause such a thing. Thank you, grandmother. Thank you, Wani. So it means y'all see where I'm coming from, right? Christian says she understands. Okay. And some people, when we start talking about energy, even sometimes material resources, because all theft is not bang, bang, shoot them up. All theft, hey, Nacho Twins mama, all theft is not sneaking in the back window and snatching it. Sometimes theft is done in a way where they present themselves as needy. And as women, we have to guard ourselves because it's our nature to want to step in and help people when we see them in need. I'm guilty of that. Y'all know it. If I think for 2 seconds there is a need, I'm all over it. When I say all, I'm all over it. I have to have somebody around me at all times to keep a chain on my neck so that I don't go too far. Because there are people who are not genuine when they're really saying that they're in need, but some people really are in need, and some people are in need due to their own poor choices. And that, in my opinion, is a type of theft. When you keep making bad decisions and you have one person that you continually go to and you're just sucking them dry. You refuse to make better decisions. You refuse to be more responsible. But as long as you know this person is there and you can count on them, they will come to that same person and just suck them dry of groceries. Can I get $20 for gas? You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. So that's a type of theft, in my opinion, and you got to be wary of that. And you have people who look for the abstract, for the energy, for the emotional, and something is missing. Hey, Lala Chanel, and these unintentional thieves now, these people, they don't mean any harm. They're just reaching out. They're reaching out. Okay? So, okay, let me explain it like this. I've known a couple people that they just had stuff missing. They had damage that they didn't handle. They had all kind of issues, bad relationships, bad parental issues. And the more you give emotionally, they won't do the work. Counseling is not an option for them, but they continue to run to you for you to listen to them. Roxanne, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Oh, bless you. You're so sweet. Every time you come, you're always so supportive. And I really appreciate it. Let me see what Christian said. Christian said, right. Some women are natural people that take in and care and love until they have nothing more to give. It's true. Very, very true. So when it comes to that emotional stuff, be careful, because some people they just have holes. They have voids in themselves. And so with you, if you're just a shining light and you just got so much energy and so much, you're able to emote and you can give affection and all that other stuff. Understand that eventually these people, because they have that desperation, because there are voids, there are holes, and they need those holes to be filled. They're just trying to find peace in their situation, right? In situations like that, when things like that happen, they're just grabbing on to everything around them. It's not malicious. They don't want to hurt you. They just want to stop feeling like they're feeling. Does that make sense? Can we get that one? Bullseyes, if y'all can understand what I'm saying. Now, while those are still situations where you can end up at a loss and bankrupt and drained, and we got to do something to make sure that it doesn't keep happening, we have to understand that they may not intend to be doing what they're doing at all. Yes, Roxanne, some of them are emotional vampires. Very, very true. Right? Now, there's a whole other group. that we need to look at. And that is those people who deliberately or blatantly come to steal, come to take from you, come to drain you. These folks are far more nefarious. They are far more nefarious. They're more dangerous because of the fact that was their intention from the get. Their intention was to take. Some people decide that they're going to take from you the moment they meet you. Hey, Cricket. Some people decide that they're going to take from you, and that's the only reason they came to meet you in the first place. Think about it now. And then there are some people, they didn't have any real connection with you. No real connection. But the minute they realized that you had something to offer, or they realized that you had a talent, or they realized that you had a soft spot, they went in for the kill. And when that happens, these are people who are predators. And you got to be careful of these predators, because unfortunately, while the first set that we talked about, the people who do it unintentionally, we can see them even more easily because they're not hiding. They're not hiding. They don't even realize that what they're doing is inappropriate. All they know is they're just reaching out. It's almost like somebody drowning. Y'all ever see the movies when somebody's in the water and they just drowning and flailing their arms everywhere? They could end up punching you in the eye. Sometimes I remember when we were learning to swim, many years ago when I was a girl, and they would say if you try to save somebody, they can end up drowning you because they're so panicked. I'm not talking about those folks like that. You can see them a mile away. But the ones that are predatory, that have an intention, a malicious intent, it's hard to see them. Christian, you say it's happened to you. It's happened to me too. You know what I mean? This ain't just, me talking to y'all. I'm talking about me too. I've had it happen because overall, I think most of us at our core, we're good folks. But sometimes we forget that everybody ain't like us. Everybody doesn't have good intentions. So there's times when people will befriend us and get close, and they're not doing it for any good reason. They're there to get what they can get from you. April C said exactly. As soon as you stop going or giving them, they drop you like you never existed. But there's another kind too. We're going to talk about that under this intentional group. Yeah. Yeah, you can feel it. You definitely can. Hey, Lance, I ain't seen you in so long. Hey, cuz. Lance say just like the Jaws movies. It's true. It's so true. Okay? So with these people that do things intentionally, right? They can literally see that you're a good person. They can see a weak spot. They can see that, oh, this girl got money, and they'll hang around you, and every time you hear from them, something's going to be wrong. Or they'll see that you have a soft spot, that you love children, and every time you turn around, they'll be dropping their children at your house. They'll see that you don't mind cooking and feeding folks, and every time you look up, they'll be saying, "Well, can I come get a plate?" And while we don't mind feeding people, and we love the company, we like the fellowship, it feels good. You don't want to feel like somebody's taking advantage of your kindness or taking advantage of your nature. Okay? So these are things I want you to think about. Lala said, there have been so many people in my life that say, I knew you would help me if I came to you. Now, mind you, Lala, that's not bad. And the only reason I say that is because when we're no longer here, I would much rather have that said about me than a whole lot of other things. So we got to figure out a way to make sure that that is still our story, but we don't allow ourselves to be victims. When I'm gone, I want people to still be able to say, I knew as long as Nitra was here, I could call her and she was going to do something about it. If I couldn't fix it, let it be that I could give you a kind word. Let it be that I could give you some encouragement or help you find out what to do, or find somebody to help you find out what to do, or whatever that may be. So it's good that people will say that, Lala, but we have to maintain that type of integrity and leave that kind of legacy without allowing ourselves to be victims. Okay? And Egypt is telling the truth here. No, everybody ain't like us. Exactly. We cut from a whole nother cloth than these people. You know, there's good people. And then there's some people that ain't so good. And some of them just downright rotten. They downright rotten. And the things that they do are so nefarious, so evil and malicious that sometimes it's hard to believe that a person could be just that mean. But unfortunately, y'all, there are some people who are just that mean-spirited. They will literally look for the good in you just to exploit it. And when they finish, if you're not careful, you will be the villain in the story because you caught on too late and said no. When you caught on too late and said no, you became the villain. When you caught on too late and you use some of the other tools we're going to talk about to protect yourself from these thefts, then in that story, even though you have given until it hurt, even though you turn the other cheek to both sides of your face is sore, you will become the villain. So be careful. Be careful around these people, right? Now, some of these deliberate and blatant thieves, some of these consider it learning or hustling other people. Be careful of these folks, right? Hey, family forever. Some of these people, yep, you telling the truth. There you go. Hey, love my dogs too. You made it. Okay. Some of them consider it like hustling folks. You know, there are some people who really feel like, well, I'm going to just get up under them and watch what they do. And then I'll just do what they do. And they do it intentionally. But to them, it's like, well, I needed it, so I took it. And they never see anything wrong with that. They can't seem to decipher right from wrong. They have a hard time of recognizing that that's inappropriate behavior. So they move through life making little thefts off of people. They move from one person to the next person to the next person, picking up pieces of people as they go. And some of them do it so much that after a while, we don't even know who they are because they picked up pieces of this person's personality and they picked up pieces from that person. And they've watched people and mimicked and stolen bits and pieces of everybody along the way. They've stolen techniques and sometimes intellectual properties and ideas and the whole nine. And they justify it. To me, these ones are really dangerous because these are the folks that can justify their behavior. They're doing something absolutely horrible, abhorrent, and they can justify it. Yes, Leslie, you better say it. They feel like they're entitled to do what they're doing. You got to be careful, Ken folks. Be careful. Wonder Woman Marshall says they do it to others, but nobody better not do it to them. Or if somebody takes something from them, y'all, we ain't gonna never hear the end of it. We ain't gonna never hear the end of it. Alita, you might have to start missing a few calls now. If that's what he's doing. I went through something a little similar to that. I know what you're saying. We still love them, but sometimes let it be 2 or 3 missed calls on your phone. Don't answer all them calls. Now, the other type of deliberate or blatant thief, right, that I want you to look at are the ones that have the intention of taking maliciously from you. From the very first time they met you, that's what they had in their mind. And if it wasn't then, it was the very first moment that they realized that you had something to take. Some people, okay, let's put it like this. Have y'all ever met somebody and they was real cold to you in the beginning? You know, you being friendly, you put your best smile on and, hey, how you doing? And you greet them warmly and all that good stuff. And they barely return your greeting. It's, hey, how you doing? You know, they real dry with you. And then all of a sudden, they look up and realize, oh, she's real good at organizing. Or they look up and realize, oh, she likes to donate to people. Or they look up and realize, oh, she's real creative. She's got all kind of ideas. Or, oh, She knows a lot of people. Maybe she can get them and put me in contact with these people. And then the same people who were so cold and unfriendly and unwelcoming soon become so warm all of a sudden. See, those folks, these ones are scary. They're very scary because they don't justify it. They don't have a problem with it. They just do what they do. They are really the true predators. Some of them almost have the spirit of a vulture on them. They hang around to see what they can take. They hang around to see what they can glean from you. These are the ones that I'm talking about that have already scoped you out. Hey, evangelist, I see you slipping in there. They want something. They want something. Yes. And so you got to be careful because these ones, usually when you see these kind of folks, y'all, these are people who don't have no boundaries. They ain't got no bottom. Flat out, they have no bottom. So for them, it's a matter of whatever I can take, I'm going to take. It's unapologetic. And this is what it's going to be. Okay? Lala say that's the story of my life. Good Lord, baby. I hope that's not all that's been your story. Okay. Y'all remember when Maury Povich used to do them shows? Not Maury Povich. Well, Maury used to do them too, but Jerry Springer was good at them. Y'all remember they would have them girls come on the show with their boyfriend and he sit down with them and, we've been together a long time and, I love you, right? And she would say, yeah, I know you love me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. And he would sit there and he would butter her up some more. And then Jerry Springer would say, well, don't you have anything you want to tell Lily? And he would say, well, let me tell you, I've been going with your next door neighbor for 6 months or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all remember that? Queen will laugh and Queen will remember. Y'all remember them shows? And remember how the other girl would come out there and this heifer wasn't sorry. Y'all remember the girls that would come out there? Yeah, I slept with your man. Yeah, I did X, Y, and Z. And I was spending his money and we was laughing at you behind your back. Y'all remember all that? Okay. These are the kind of people I'm talking about. These people are dangerous. Hey, Marlette, seeing you come in the door there. These are the kind of people I'm talking about. These are the ones that ain't got no morals. They ain't got no boundaries. Okay? They are unapologetic in their predatory behavior. Okay? There's a slight difference in those and the ones that just consider it hustling people and I'm just surviving and I'm being smart and they can justify it and they feel entitled. And then the ones that are just unapologetic. Yes, Philip. All that foolishness. Yes, all of it. That's what they used to do on them shows. That's what they used to do. After a while, I didn't watch none of them but the Baby Daddy show because I used to like to watch them girls run off the stage every time they said it wasn't the baby daddy. And I always knew who wasn't going to be the baby daddy. When them girls would get up there and say, I'm 1,000% sure. As soon as she said 1,000%, y'all, I knew she was the one that was lying because ain't no such thing as 1,000%. As soon as they said little baby Dontavius is, for the little baby Dontavius, Marcus is not the father. Them girls would get up and take off running. And you couldn't catch them either. Mara be running behind them, the cameraman be out of breath huffing. And them girls would be all the way in the back and they sit down on the sofa. I'm like, you could have sat down out front. What you running back here to sit down for? But that's what they would do. And them was the only ones I would watch because it was so funny. But I'm going to get on away from that because that's a whole nother talk. But anyway, beware these people. Beware, 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 y'all. Be careful. Yes, love my dogs too. You was telling it. They buzzards. Yes, every time they took off running, I was finished. Marlette say, not Dontavius. You know that's what it would be. And Maury Povich, y'all say what y'all want to say. That's the only white man I knew that could say all them names that we be giving our children. I mean, Marquavius. Look, in the case of little Marquavius Howell. Greg, you are not the father. Yeah, then they fall out. They run in the back and then they fall out. Yeah, with their butt up in the air. That's right. That's how it went. Chi-Town, how you doing? You needed a break from homeschooling. That's right. That's right. Wonder Woman Marshall, you said it. You can't be 1,000% sure you done slept with 3 men the same day. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and some of those girls didn't have no morals either. Now, I ain't gonna judge them, but that's just kind of what it was. Yes. Yeah, the cameraman had to run track. I wonder, did they stretch before them shows or did they have a lot of Charlie horses after? Christian Key said he pronounced it right. He would. He would pronounce it right, and every single time he pronounced it right with the clearest, most Caucasian English I've ever heard. And he would do it. I'm telling you, it was entertaining to me to watch the track meet. But back to our chat. Don't let me get off on that, because I'll go watch some old school shows just to watch the track meet. But you got to beware of these people. And, you know, with these people, with these folks, right? Hey, Auntie Eva, she said she hated them shows. Girl, I watch them now if they come on. Right now, if they come on, Auntie Eva, I look at them. I ain't gonna fool you. Okay? You say I can't stand you, but I love you. You know I'm telling the truth. You know it. So, you know, when we start talking about these thieves in the temple, beware of those energy thieves. You know, we like to call them energy vampires or whatever. Some of them really are vampiric. Okay? So we got to be real with that. Some of them are vampiric, but beware of those energy thieves. Okay? All right? Also, beware of those resource thieves. You know, the people that do it blatantly and the ones that wait till you not looking and put their hand in your pocketbook. There are some of those people. I've heard about them. I'm grateful that I haven't gone through that, you know, where they reaching their hand in your purse the minute you're not looking, that type of stuff. That happened to my sister, though, and it wasn't cool. Beware of those dream thieves. In my opinion, a dream thief is the worst. When somebody sits around and wait for you to dream and come up with ideas and concepts and find a way to steal a piece of it. And they never steal it right, do they? But they try to find a way. Hey, Miss Believe, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. And those idea thieves and whatnot. And there's many other kinds. Many. You know, there's man thieves out there too. There's husband thieves. And for the men, sometimes there's wife thieves. So you have to be careful. But what we need to get into is, what do we do once we identify that we got some thieves in the temple? Shout out to Prince, because that was one of my favorite songs by Prince too. Thieves in the temple. Okay? Yes, he did know them names better than us. Yes, he did. What do we do once we identify the thieves in the temple? One, what we got to do, we got to combat the theft. The main thing, well, the first thing, not the main, but the first. Learn to say no. And don't be afraid to create distance. A lot of people don't want to do that, especially when it's not something that you can reach out and put your hand on and just prove. When it's an abstraction like energy or emotion or things that people cannot quantify and put on a piece of paper. People feel some type of way about saying no to the behavior that's harming them, or by creating distance because you're so afraid that somebody gonna say you acting funny. Let me just tell you for the record, I don't care nothing about you saying I'm acting funny. If I feel like your behavior is robbing me of anything, I am going to create distance. It don't mean I hate you, but I'm about to give you 50 feet. Because you got some stuff going on that I can't be responsible for. Okay? Grown people are responsible for themselves. Don't be afraid to create distance and learn to say no. Okay? One of the next tools we can use once we have identified the thieves in the temple, call out the behavior if it has become harmful. Now listen, I'm just going to tell you, if somebody called me every single day saying, can I borrow $20 for gas? You ain't going to make it to the third, fourth, or fifth day before I just call you out and say, hey, I love you, but this is what we cannot do. And we're going to have to look into some other avenues to make sure you're okay. Hey, BJ Dez. Okay? So that's the type of thing that we got to pay attention to. Call it out. Call it out. Okay, let me see what Spiller say. Spiller say, I don't mind being labeled as acting funny nowadays. No, I don't. Because what they consider normal is real funny to me. Real funny. So at all, don't be afraid to have them say that you acting funny, and do not be afraid to call the behavior out if it once it becomes harmful. Yeah, put them on blast. You ain't got to embarrass nobody, but as we used to do, pull them to the side. Now, if you don't want to be pulled to the side, then you already know what time it is. I already see Keisha E got the scissors. DC ain't here, so Keisha E says she got the scissors. Family Forever says, once somebody say I'm doing something wrong, I learn right the first time. Yes. Keisha E say, hang with DC. She'll make sure you have the scissors. Yeah, because DC believe in cutting. Lala says, I am learning to speak on things as soon as I feel uncomfortable. Yes, you have to speak on it. Say no. If it's somebody that's calling you with draining conversation, you let them know, listen, I don't want to hear about that. This ain't no good for me. I don't need to hear this every day. This is bad for my nerves. Whatever it's doing, make it clear. Chi-Town says she real good at no. Okay? Real good at it. Wonder Woman Marshall say, I'm funny as hell, a regular comedian. Me too, girl. Me too. Everybody don't always get the joke. But yeah, I'm real funny myself, sis. I am. Call them out and let them know. Listen, I talked to you about it. I'm telling you, don't do that. But here's the thing with me. Once I call you out on it, I can guarantee you we're going to go back to tool number 1, which is create distance. If I call you out on it, and I know you heard me the first time, and you continue to do this thing that is sucking the life or the energy or the resources out of me, then you leave me with no choice but to create distance. Right? Hey, Jam. Hey, New Year's Bay. Let me see what Jam say. Jam say, I've heard about that myself even as a child. I can't even more do now. I think, okay, even more so now. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I'm telling you, call them out. Let them know. Listen, what you're doing is not working for me. It is making me feel some type of way. Why to say, I just say what I'm feeling. I got high blood pressure. Girl, I ain't got it and I don't want it. So when stuff ain't right, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to try to do it in a way that you don't feel bad. But sometimes that can't be avoided either. But if something you're doing is a problem, if you calling me with mess every day and I'm telling you I can't handle it, eventually you're going to start to see that your calls ain't being answered and you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure it out and ain't nobody going to have to tell you. Now you might say, oh, you acting funny, yada, yada, yada. But in the words of Shirley Brown, when she wrote that wonderful song, Woman to Woman, whether you be cool or come out of a bag on me, it really doesn't matter. Okay? You have to protect your peace at all costs so that you can continue to be the best version of yourself. Now, the next tool is that if the theft is material and material resources, show them how to get their own. Show them how to do it themselves. If you need $20 from me every day for gas, I'm about to show you how to either get on some programs where them people can give you some money. I'm going to put you in touch with somebody that can help you get a job. We're going to help you get some training where you can get a better job if the one you got is leaving you check to check. We're going to do whatever we need to do to try to help you. And mind you, if everybody's not going to be receptive, even those people who want your help, they just want your help. They don't want you to help them get no better. They just want your help. So if you see that you're trying to help them so that they don't need your resources and they're not willing to, accept the help, they don't want no help, they just want what you have, then that's when it's time to go back to tool number 1. And what's in tool number 1? Say no and do what else? Create space. Hey, Maybelline, you got to say no and create distance. I don't have a problem with space. I can give you more space than NASA. You will have so much space that you can move around. You can do the Watusi. You'll be able to do all the dances because you're gonna have all the space. Okay. Now here's another tool. If the theft is energy, distance is your friend. Remember, grab them accountability mirrors. That's right, Leslie, from Bishop Bullwinkle to hell to the no, right? Grab them accountability mirrors. You control your circle. When it comes to energy, I feel like your energy is one of the most important things that you have to protect. If you feel like it's being stolen, distance is your friend. The truth of the matter is, why am I not seeing our royal family accountability mirror? Oh, there they go. Wani, Latavia, Queena. Okay, that's right. This is one of those things that we are solely accountable for. We can't look to nobody else to help us control who is in our inner circle. We do not have to allow everybody in. You can treat your friend circle like an exclusive club. Everybody is not allowed entrance. All right. Family forever say voicemail. Sorry, the person that you're looking for is not available right now. Please leave a message after the tone. Me, be not available. You so crazy. Keisha E say, ignore them long enough, they'll leave you alone. Eventually they will. They might throw a tantrum or two. They might go tell people that you beat them up. And, people have all kind of violent reactions. Like when we was, let's talk about the reactions real quick before I give you the last tool I wanted to put out there. Some of those predators that are just predatory and they're doing it intentionally, some of them, when you call them out on it, or you use some of these other tools in order to protect your energy from these people, some of these folks will become angry and they begin to spin false narratives. They will lie on you. Some of them start doing malicious things like keying your cars and all kind of little ugly stuff because you said no. They'll say, well, I just want to stay the night at your house because I don't have nowhere to go. But you're tired of this joker laying up on your good settee. And you might walk out the door the next day and they done busted a window or they done slashed the tire. Because sometimes these people, they are predatory and they will become violent even. But they definitely become aggressive and more malicious once you say no, once you create distance. I'm going to tell you something. If you see the behavior and you're not sure whether it's intentional or unintentional, start creating distance and their reaction will tell you everything. BJ Dead says, I have a good friend from high school who lately has been calling me every day with so many things that she never told me over the years. It's been so draining. I've ignored her calls for 3 days. Girl, listen, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Create the distance. Create the distance. Some people are more comfortable taking from others instead of getting it on their own. It's a game to them. Yep. But really and truly, what I want y'all to understand, if you're not sure and you saw it and you said, okay, I'm going to call it out and let them know this is making me uncomfortable or this isn't working for me, and they continue, and then you refer to tool number 1 and you say no and then create space or create distance. If that person becomes agitated, angry, becomes malicious, aggressive, starts throwing tantrums, that is your first and only clue. And in my opinion, the only clue you need that this person is predatory. They meant to do what they were doing, and the anger and the attitude that you're getting from them, the malicious and the aggressive behavior that you're getting from them is as a direct result that you stop them from feeding at your table. Okay? Now, with folks that don't mean any harm, a lot of times their reaction will be different. Sometimes they'll feel sad because now they feel embarrassed. They feel ashamed. They thought that you were okay giving them what you were giving them. And now they realize that maybe they overstepped, or maybe they were, what's the word? They may feel like they were imposing. When you see that on a person, it's usually because they didn't mean any harm. They were just reaching out in any and every direction that they could. And I don't know about y'all, but when I see people like that, it makes me more apt to want to try to put you where you can help yourself so that you won't need me or anybody else. If I can get you in touch with the right people, with the right resources, wonderful. So that you don't have to ever feel that way again going to somebody else. Because I realize whereas I may think about this stuff 2 or 3 times and measure twice before I cut, there are some people who won't measure at all. They'll just cut and they'll embarrass them and they'll go out and talk about them. And, every little thing they did for them, they're going to tell everybody in the street. And then the next time this person is in trouble, they may not ask for help at all because it didn't work out so great when they needed help, from you. So I kind of bear that sort of thing in mind as well. But we have to consider that even though these may be very sweet people and they may not mean a lick of harm. They may not mean no harm at all. You still cannot allow your resources to be depleted, whether it's material, financial, whether it is, emotional, whether it's energy, whether it's ideas. You cannot allow your own resources to get depleted simply because they didn't mean any harm. You just have to find a way to redirect their need. Because listen, we some tough women, but we cannot be the wellspring for everybody. Okay? Because we know these resources are what? Finite, meaning that they can and will eventually run out. Y'all hold on 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second, sisters. All right, I'm back. So, not only do you have to protect yourself, we know to create distance, right? We've all covered time and time again that no is a complete sentence. We've covered that if it's resources or material resources, that you show them how to get it on their own. If it's an energy theft of any kind or emotional theft, then you create your distance and control your circle. But one more tool that I want us to kind of pay attention to is that if the theft is of your thoughts or dreams or ideas, continue to be you. That's one of the best tools you got in your arsenal. Continue to be authentically you. Don't turn back for any reason. We covered this before when we were talking about dream thieves. Remember that? I just wanted to get more in depth about the thieves in the temple because it's not just that. But when it comes to that sort of a thing, continue to be authentically you. Always remember, there is nothing that anybody can take from you. Nobody can do you better than you. You got Christian Key sitting here. I can try to imitate Christian all I want to. I will never be able to be Christian the way Christian is Christian. Chi-Town Niger Girl is there. I don't care what I do, how many times I try to learn her, imitate her moves, try to, see what she does and do it. I'm never going to be her better than her. I can't out Wani. Always remember, nobody can't out you. Nobody. There's not a person alive. So even if you feel like, okay, I was stupid, I said something too quick, or they heard me, or they were watching me, and now here they go. Always remember, nobody can't do you better than you. Nobody can outdo you at being you. So you have to be true to yourself. Do not turn back. Don't drop your dreams. Don't turn it all in and say, well, I'm not going to do it no more because they copying me. Allow them. Always remember that little saying that people like to use, but say it in its entirety, that imitation is the purest form of flattery for the mediocre. Always remember, the people that are doing this, these are folks that are mediocre. They weren't able to create and give birth on their own, so they came to steal your baby. But just know that what they got is a replica, and they don't have the original thing. You are it. You are enough. So if it's an idea or it's dreams, intellectual property, what have you? Yes, Keisha E. Your thoughts are your dreams and aspirations. Yeah, these are the things that you've given birth to. So don't abandon them. Don't say, well, okay, well, this person is copying me, so I'm just going to stop. If you're at work and you were working on something and you're doing great at it, and everybody knows this is what you're good at, and now all of a sudden your coworker has decided they're going to do what you do the exact same way so that they can get accolades based on your work. Don't say, well, I'm just not going to do it no more. I'm going to let them have it. No, don't you do that. Don't you dare do that. You continue to be you and do not turn back. Go forward. Because the very thing, okay, let me explain what I'm saying. You know how you'll think up something? Sometimes it's a recipe. Sometimes it's something that you decorated in your house. Anything, right? And then after you think of that, it grows organically. And then it turns into, well, I could do this with it too. And I can do that with it too. And if it's a recipe like, oh, this is good, everybody loves it when I cook it, it don't matter if somebody think they can copy it and they think they got it like you, they don't. I don't care how much it may look like, it's going to always be a look-alike. It ain't going to never be the genuine article, right? So keep going. If it's a recipe and somebody think they done cracked the code of what you put in your baked macaroni and cheese because it's yours and it was actually from you, your mind might say, I think I'm going to add this and that to it. I think I'm going to add a little bacon fat to it. I think I'm going to do whatever. Hey, Jazzy, when you have something organically that you organically created, you're going to organically expand it, add to it, enhance it, cause it to grow until it becomes something even bigger than you ever imagined. The person who stole can never quite do what you do. No matter how much they imitate, they will never be able to truly embody that. So don't turn back. Don't ever throw your hands up and say, well, because they've copied me, I'm going to just stop. Don't you dare. You continue to create, continue to innovate, continue to be your true, authentic self. Hey, Ms. M01. Continue to be you. Don't double back for any reason. Because I can tell from this group here, it's a lot of creative women here. It's a whole lot of them. Jazzy say, I've been here, just been away from the screen. I've been hearing you, though. I'm glad you're here. Okay? I want you all to think about, the fact that there's not a lot we can do about the thieves in the temple. There's a whole lot we can do once we identify them. Once we realize who they are and what their agenda is. You have tools that you can use. Okay? We're not helpless. We still have control. We still have control. Hey, Logger Curves, how you doing? Happy Friday, okay? TGIF. Lala says, giving up on your dreams is like abandoning your children. It is. Remember, I told y'all, when you just drop your dream, drop your creative energy, what you're doing is exactly, it's the same thing as committing an abortion. Your thoughts are your baby. So when you throw your baby in the garbage because somebody tried to copy your baby, you are harming part of yourself. That's a piece of you. Don't go committing abortion of your dreams. You don't have to do that. It's just too much. That would be like, okay, I have beautiful daughters. I don't care if you go and fix your daughter's hair like my Geneva. I don't care if you send her to the same school as my Geneva. I don't care if you make her wear the same clothes or similar clothing. It will never be my baby. I would never toss my baby out because you managed to try to imitate everything about her. But what I do know is, because that's what she is and that's what I gave birth to, she's going to grow. And your poor baby that you're modeling in her image, you're actually stifling that child's growth. You get what I'm trying to say? So the person that is stealing your ideas or dreams, they're actually harming themselves. They are cheating themselves out of their own child. Hey, Mistress of Doom. Yes. Hold on. Let me see what Family Forever got to say. There's always a version of something. Imitation, clone, but nothing is better than the original. The seasoning is better on the original. It's true. It's very true. Sharon say, oh my goodness, that could not be truer in my profession as a musician. It's true. Like literally, you cannot avoid people seeing you, seeing your ability and saying, I wish I could do that. And then attempting to copy what you're doing. So don't allow that to make you throw away something that you authentically gave birth to. Don't do it. I would never do it. And I don't want y'all to ever do it. Because at that point, then you're cheating yourself. And you don't deserve that. Your dreams don't deserve that. They deserve a chance to be as real as everything else. So don't do that to yourself. So I'm going to go over these takeaways real quick because we got lots of takeaways from this one today. Lots of them. And how am I doing with the titles? Because I know I'd be coming up with some crazy stuff. And today I was slightly distracted when I came up with the title, but I thought it was just as funny as the other ones. Do I do all right with the titles, y'all? Okay, what you say? It will never manifest to fruition because it was not created from an authentic place. Yeah, it wasn't created at all. It's stolen property. Your thoughts are your property. So that kind of thing is just that. It's property. So when you steal, it is what it is. You say I'm on point. Yeah, there's bullseyes, logger curve. Got me some bullseyes. La la. Okay. I have fun with the titles. I got a little distracted with the title today because you said, wait, she said I did all right. Okay, good, good. Because I went and got henna tattoos and it's been flaking. Y'all know when you get that henna put on, it flake. So I've been cleaning up flakes because I can't stand that, but I really wanted it. And it was kind of throwing my mind off, but I thought it was okay. Alita said this was so good, Shanitra, I needed to hear it. Well, I'm glad. Because we need to be able to talk about stuff, but do it in a way that we can still keep some humor, keep our smiles. We don't want to become so serious that we can't enjoy anything. Like that would stink. That would absolutely stink. So let's look into our takeaways from our crown therapy today, right? So for one, okay, the first thing we cover, you know, I miss DT, but y'all know he's all the way in New Zealand. So we can't always count on him to come and be our scribe. I miss him. His notes are the bomb. One, thieves can easily hide in your life. Okay. They came to steal. So they're not always in plain sight. The next takeaway is that we got types of thieves. We got thieves that do so intentionally and unintentionally. Okay. The unintentional thieves, remember, these are people that are acting out of desperation or out of need or out of some hole or void. They're really and truly reaching out, grabbing at things because there's a desperation there. Okay. The intentional ones, the predators, the vultures, the buzzards, they are despicable because they do so deliberately and blatantly. Some feel entitled and they have an excuse for everything they do. I'll show you, Miss Believe, before I go, I promise. Okay. Thank you so much, Mistress of Doom. I appreciate it. But yep, I'll show you before I get off. Some feel entitled and they have an excuse for their theft. And then you have other ones that are absolutely morally bankrupt. And they will be blatant in their theft. Yes, I stole it. You know, they don't care. They just like them girls used to be on them old talk shows back in the day. All right. The next takeaway is that the thieves that are there, the tools that you use to protect yourself and combat those thefts. Okay. One, the first tool number one, and this is another takeaway, learn to say no and don't be afraid to create distance. Remember that. Don't be afraid to create distance. If they want to say you acting funny, let them say it. Wonder Woman Marsha says she funny as hell. So let them say you acting funny. Do not be afraid to create distance. The next tool is call out the behavior if it has become harmful to you. If you're feeling drained, if your pockets are getting low because they want to borrow $20 every day, if it is hurting your feelings, if it's hurting your peace, whatever the case may be, once it becomes harmful, call out the behavior. If the theft is of material or material resources, show them how to get their own. You know, if you're taking time to give to them, take a couple extra minutes and show them how to get their own. If they're not receptive to that or they don't want to get their own, separate. Create that distance and say no. If it's a theft of energy or emotion, things of that nature, the abstracts, distance is your friend. And remember, we use our accountability mirror, right? You control your inner circle. So you're in control. If you have these kind of people in your circle, that's on you. Okay? That is on you. And the last tool that we talked about was pertaining to thefts of your thoughts, dreams, or ideas, any of your intellectual properties. Continue to be you. Stay true to yourself. Don't turn back and continue to push forward. Okay? Keisha E just dropped the gem on us. She say dream snatchers will call you just to see what you up to. That's that. Listen, some of those blatant vultures. That's why they want to call. They. Okay, my bad. I hit the wrong button. They feel like they need to know at all times. Hey, DGF, they need to know at all times what you up to, what you thinking, what you planning, what you gonna do. Because hey, at the end of the day, they don't have an idea. They don't have an idea of what to do. They don't have any idea of what to do. So they're hanging on for you to be the one to tell them what to do. Okay? Happy to be happy, says Shanitra. I personally made a good habit to listen and journal. I would have never had the chance to be in the same room with so much positivity. But you're a part of it. You're a part of the positivity. Separate yourself, create distance. Absolutely. Keep going forward. Do not drop your dreams in the garbage can just because you have somebody who is there imitating and mimicking you. Keep going. It doesn't matter if they listened in on a conversation and said, I'm going to take it and I'm going to do it first and this and that. It doesn't matter if they beat you to your own idea. They will never do it like you. Okay? Remember that song, Bet You Can't Do It Like Me? Bet you can't do it like me. Don't let nobody stop you. All right? Your comments not showing, Wani. I see your comments. I don't know. I don't know. I see you when you're talking. I don't know what happened. Okay. So let me see. Miss Believe says she wanted to see my tattoos because y'all know I'm not going to stay too much longer. We done hit that hour and I try to respect that hour. I really and truly do. But let me see if I can, because this isn't the good camera, but let me see if I can turn it on and let y'all see. Hold on. Okay, so y'all got to see the henna, but they're still flaking because you can't wash it off. You have to let it just kind of wear off so that way the ink will stain really, really, really dark. So that was fun. I enjoyed y'all today. I really, really enjoyed you guys today. I gotta run and do stuff as usual. If anything else happens, I'll be back. If I think of something, do y'all want me to find something for us to watch tonight so we can do what we did last time? Hey G darling, y'all want me to find something to watch for us this evening? If so, let me know and I'll do that. Because we had our cocktails and karaoke planned, and then we ended up canceling it. And I'm kind of glad we did. So we had it canceled from last month. Had it planned from last month, so we canceled it. We're going to reschedule it, but I think I may put that after some of our other plans that we got on the roster. So we got some exciting things coming up. Don't y'all worry. Oh, New Year's Day, you like my nails? I love these. This is the last set I just got done, and I am in love with these nails. My nail got popped by one of the front porch. It surprised me. I did not know Tommy was coming. But Tommy came through and, hollered at everybody in the chat real quick. He worked so much. I was surprised that he had time to come talk to little old me. But I was real glad about that. So April C say she's up for a late night chat. Yeah, we might find us a little something to watch and do our thing like we do our thing, right? So that'll be cool. Wanda say, yep. Okay. Auntie Eva say yes. Okay. Hold on. Keisha, you say one last thing, build your cocoon. Okay, well, tell us about the cocoon. You want a link where you can tell us about the cocoon? Sharon say yes, watch party. Okay, I'll find something good to watch, and it won't be something that's on the list. We'll find something else. I know what. Okay. Y'all might not like this movie. Y'all want to watch Shadows tonight? Because we can. Does anybody want to watch Shadows tonight? Because I don't mind. G Darling, you see my information there, my email and my Instagram? Message me and I got you. Because it's usually members only. You're not a member, but you family. You've been around. Hey, Lance. He said the tattoo and the nails are on point, period. Thank you. Okay. If Keisha say late night, okay. Thank you so much. All right. So we go. Listen, that's what it is. We gonna watch Shadows. Wonder Woman, Marsha, you say you ain't never seen it. Girl, you gonna like it. It's some real nice looking men's in that movie, right? So we gonna have fun. That's what we'll do tonight then. We were gonna do our cocktails and karaoke. We rescheduled it, Marvel. We canceled it for other reasons. There was some other stuff that came up and we canceled it. But we'll do it because we had it planned from last month. And I know last month we told y'all we were going to do cocktails and karaoke this month. But as the Lord would have it, we canceled it. And then I started to see that it was a good idea that it was canceled. It made me very, very happy. No, Sharon, it's not a horror movie at all. It's not a horror movie at all. It's very iconic Black movie. Wonder Woman Marsha said, good looking men. Yes, honey. Sure is. I mean, some night they got chocolate ones, red ones, tall ones, short ones, all of them through there, all up and through there. Okay. Queen said, I never seen it before. That's cool. So don't worry. I will make sure that we put that out. I'll do the curtain call as always, and I'll try to send out messages to remind y'all about our curtain call. Just kind of look for it. Probably around 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, somewhere around in there. Be on the lookout. Lala, what you say, boo? Oh, man, I have to miss it. Me and Bay are doing date night. Well, girl, you got a nice-looking man with you. We just looking at one on the screen for your sisters. Okay, talking about, old man, you got to miss it. A candy fish on your table? I don't know what a candy fish is. I don't know if I want to know what a candy fish is. I don't know. Well, listen, we had a good time. We'll be back tonight and we'll go watch Shadows and then we'll come back on the porch and talk about it and have us something to do. It'll be fun, right? Oh, you said candy dish. Okay, got it. But listen, I'm gonna see y'all later. I hope y'all have a great Friday. Get you some snacks, get you some goodies, and what else? Oh, I got to put up the list of shows that y'all want me to review, right? That is not going that are movies that y'all know I would never watch. Not movies, but shows. And let me go through the list again before I post it, because when I get back home, I'm going to post that list, and I don't want to leave out anything. So if y'all hear the list just right now, and there's something that's not on there, y'all let me know, right? Okay. Queen Sugar, Queen of the South, Married at First Sight, Snowfall, Power, Raising Canaan, Love After Lockup, Little Women, Atlanta. Now, those are shows that y'all know I would never watch, even if hell froze over. But for my sisters in the royal family, I'll do it. I will bite the bullet and take one for the team. Okay? So I'm going to put that poll up. Y'all vote. It's going to be a members only vote. So if you don't vote, you can't complain. You got to tell me which one you want me to do. Okay? All right. So listen, I'm going to get up out of here so that I can come back and hang with y'all tonight. All right? And I will talk to you a little bit later. Have a great Friday, a productive Friday. You guys know what I say every time. Be encouraged and always remember to encourage somebody else. I love y'all and I'll talk to you later. Bye.